there's going to be a lot of discussion about this game, about these teams, and everything there. And while I do not always appreciate the manner in which he goes about things, I do think we need to start with the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, as that may have been his last game as the quarterback of any team, and that's Aaron Rodgers. And it sure sounded like a sign-off tonight on everything. Now, he tends to keep things pretty close to the vest anyway. I can't imagine that Troy Aikman and Joe Buck have inside information on what Aaron Rodgers wants to do, but he's been pretty clear that this was probably going to be the last ride for him. And this, I mean, if that happened to me for 60 minutes, I don't think I'd want to play again either. That would not be the career path that I would choose, is to go through that again. Go through an entire season to get to this point. Obviously, first ballot Hall of Fame career. I wouldn't want to have a whole lot of lengthy conversations with the man, but from a footballing standpoint, there was a time where this looked like one of the most talented quarterbacks the sport had ever seen, when you're going back to the time with the Green Bay Packers. I don't think he handled things in Green Bay particularly well, especially toward the end there, complaining that he's not getting enough help while the team is winning division championships, first seeds, getting to NFC title games, and all of that. He does win the Super Bowl, funny enough, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then in a very similar fashion to that of Brett Favre, the career kind of fizzles out toward the end, gets into a playoff game. But this one here, I don't think they lost because he's him or because he's 42 or anything like that, but they were pointing out on the broadcast, like, there were times where if that guy's even 35 years old, he's making a big run for a first down or something along the lines. Like, it's not a slight or anything negative or anything other than a statement of facts. And I'm fairly certain he's a big facts, not feelings guy. It's a statement of fact. Like, he's not the guy that he was a few years ago. And how could you be, given everything that he went through in his career? But yeah, obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer and someone who was very important to the Packers franchise for a really long time, and then came to Pittsburgh and what was trying to get one last hurrah out of this. And he gets them a division championship. Commented on him a lot this season, and like a game against Cleveland. This is what you bring this guy in to do, is to win these games. Didn't do it, but did against the Ravens. Again, your mileage may vary on that one, but that they were able to get that win. But then tonight, it wasn't happening. And he is someone who, at this point in his career, does not want to take a whole lot of contact. And so because of that, it is either throwing away balls too soon, not hanging in the pocket as long as he needs to, or what was kind of one of the, I guess, pardon the pun, but Achilles' heels for this team was a lot of quick passes to hope that your guys can break tackles and everything like that. And ain't nobody breaking tackles against this Texans defense. So I think it is time, and it brings to a conclusion a Hall of Fame career for Aaron Rodgers, I would imagine. I don't see a scenario where he comes back again this season. There are other big conversations to have around the Steelers, and we'll have them as the show goes on. Again, throw your guys' chats in the comments, whatever you guys want to do, whatever you want to talk about from this game, whatever's on your mind about this football game, let me know in the chat, and we can get into this.